Joe Burrow, the man with ice in his veins. For the last few seasons, he has cemented his place as one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and after 2 straight trips to the AFC Championship, it seemed like a Super Bowl was inevitable. But 2023 was a different story. A season-ending wrist injury, a team that missed the playoffs for the first time since 2020. Now, as the 2024 season approaches, all eyes are on Joe Cool. As the Chiefs chase history, Joe Burrow is ready to make some of his own. The Bengals have never won a Super Bowl. The Chiefs are gunning for the 3rd straight. In a league where Patrick Mahomes seems unstoppable, can Joe Burrow be the one to stop the three-peat? To answer that question, we need to go back to where it all started. Born on December 10, 1996 in Ames, Iowa, Burrow's football pedigree was evident from the start. The son of a football coach, he grew up in Athens, Ohio, where he would begin to forge his legacy. At Athens High School, he threw for over 11,000 yards and 157 touchdowns, earning Ohio Mr. Football honors in 2014. But it was in college where he would truly announce himself to the world. After a stint at Ohio State, Burrow transferred to LSU, where he would lead one of the greatest college football seasons of all time. In 2019, he threw for 5,671 yards and 60 touchdowns, winning the Heisman Trophy and leading LSU to a national championship. The Cincinnati Bengals selected him first overall in the 2020 NFL Draft. The expectations were sky high, and Burrow didn't disappoint.
So dramatic, and you were a little cautious early on, Trey, because this is a 6th-round pick going into the year, and all of a sudden, you see this guy putting up big numbers. He looks like he's got it. He's going to incorporate every receiver into the mix. They got everything
Despite
going.
a rookie season cut short by injury, his impact was immediate. And in 2021, he led the Bengals to the first playoff win in 31 years, breaking a drought that had haunted the franchise for decades. It wasn't long before they played in their first Super Bowl since 1988. But you know what they say, what have you done for me lately? Burrow's career numbers show a quarterback who's already among the NFL's elite. Despite the injuries, he is the 3rd fastest quarterback to reach 10,000 passing yards in NFL history. He's already reached 14,000 yards and 97 touchdowns. His career completion percentage of 68% is the highest among all active players, and only 2% of his passes get intercepted. He's got 5 wins in the playoffs, including an AFC Championship victory on the road. To put that in perspective, that's as many postseason victories as the franchise had in its previous 52 years combined. This clutch gene isn't new for Burrow. Looking back at his college career at LSU, we see a player who thrives when the stakes are highest. Including his college career, Burrow is 9-1 in January games. His leadership and confidence have changed the culture in Cincinnati, turning a perennial underdog into a legitimate contender. Teammates and rivals alike praise his work ethic, football IQ, and ability to elevate those around him.
You always see him, he seems like he's calm and collected, but you know, like inside, he's like, I can't even say that on camera, but you know, he's about to come out and bring it. He's about to come out and bring it. So that's what I like about his game.
In 2023, Joe Burrow had to watch from the sidelines as the AFC's other young quarterbacks claimed all the headlines, and Mahomes won another Super Bowl. In 2024, he'll be on a revenge tour, and if he's ever going to win the big one, it will mean going through one man. To understand the challenge Burrow faces, we need to understand the phenomenon that is Patrick Mahomes. Born on September 17, 1995 in Tyler, Texas, Mahomes grew up with sports in his blood. The son of former MLB pitcher Pat Mahomes, young Patrick excelled in both baseball and football.
Patrick was out there catching line drives with the pro players at age 5 years old. And throughout those years, baby Patrick would bounce around from Doug.
When you watch him play now, what sets Mahomes apart isn't just his arm strength or his accuracy. It's his joy. No-look passes, behind-the-back throws, outrageous shovel passes. He improvises like he's in a backyard game. But make no mistake, he's a killer on the gridiron. At this point, it's clear he's the most talented quarterback ever to play, and he redefines clutch. In playoff games with Mahomes at the helm, the Chiefs have had 21 potential game-tying or go-ahead drives in the 4th quarter or overtime. They've successfully tied or gone ahead on 15 of those drives. Let that sink in. That's the best by any quarterback since the turn of the century, far ahead of legends like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Even in his regular season losses, Mahomes puts up numbers most quarterbacks would envy. A 62% completion rate, 6,842 yards, 55 touchdowns, and a 98.25 passer rating. The man simply doesn't have bad games. This is the Goliath that Joe Burrow must overcome. And yet, Burrow has found more success against Mahomes than anyone. The 2021 regular season saw Burrow outduel Mahomes in a 34-31 shootout, but it was the 2021 AFC Championship that truly announced Burrow as a threat to Mahomes' AFC dominance. In a game for the ages, Burrow led the Bengals back from an 18-point deficit to stun the Chiefs 27-24 in overtime, booking Cincinnati's ticket to the Super Bowl. Mahomes and the Chiefs got their revenge in the next AFC Championship showdown, edging out the Bengals 23-20 in a tightly contested battle, sparking the Chiefs' current run of back-to-back Super Bowl wins. In 2024, the stakes in this rivalry have never been higher. The Chiefs stand on the brink of football immortality. No team in the Super Bowl era has ever won 3 consecutive championships. It's a feat that would cement their dynasty and Patrick Mahomes' legacy as perhaps the greatest quarterback of all time. But if anyone is going to stop the three-peat, Joe Burrow could be the man for the job. When the pressure is on, Joe Cool lives up to his nickname. In their head-to-head matchups, Burrow is 3-0 in the regular season. And now that Tom Brady has retired, he's the only active player to beat him in the postseason.
They would drug testing.
Now we have plenty of time for you to explain to me why Mahomes is better than Burrow, because I don't think you can.
Of course, there will be hurdles down the road. It goes without saying that the AFC North is one of the NFL's toughest divisions, with the Ravens, Steelers, and Browns all posing big-time threats. But it's the inevitable lip-smacking showdown with Mahomes that fans are really looking forward to. We'll get our first glimpse of the next chapter in the rivalry on September 15th. Can Joe Burrow overcome the Chiefs again? Can he translate his regular season success to more postseason glory? Winning the Super Bowl would mean bringing the Lombardi Trophy to Cincinnati for the first time in franchise history. But the real question isn't just if Joe Burrow can lead the Bengals to a Super Bowl. It's can he stop a dynasty in the making and start one of his own?